Hey guys, Peter Franson here from Spirit Blade Productions, giving you your video newsletter update regarding the month of October, which was a big crunch month. That entire month, as happens every year, was trying to crunch together and fit in my normal audio production work, the stuff I do for Christian Geek Central, the podcast, all that kind of those normal things that I do with this big Extra Life charity fundraising event that I run and try to get the Christian Geek Central community involved in. And I always just kind of have to remind myself, you know what, Peter, it's going to take away some time from the audio production work. I mean, that's the thing that has to be sacrificed because that's the one that is the least it's least demanding of my immediate attention. I have other, reviews and other stuff that's in a more short-term way, very time sensitive, and so I have to give priority to that. If I have to cut something out, it's whatever current audio drama or whatever it is that I'm working on the audio production side of things. So anyway, that had to take back seat, all of my audio production work. I did get some done still, but it did kind of slow things down, which means I think it was in last month's newsletter where I said that I would kind of give a big update on where things are at regarding audio production related stuff at Spirit Blade Productions. I'd give a big update in January. And my thinking there was, hey, it's the start of a new year. Let's talk about, what's coming up in the new year. That's the time when everybody does that kind of thing, right? Well, I don't think that's going to be the time when I'm going to be able to really give the big update and share how I'm charting the course going forward. That is probably now that I've been through October and seen what Extra Life did, as I look at November ahead of me and the different things that are going to demand my time this month. We're probably looking at that announcement and that big update coming in February, maybe as late as March. But anyway, that first quarter of 2018 is when you can count on kind of getting the big news that I have to share with you guys. But anyway, the Extra Life event went really well, even though technically it took place in November. I'll go ahead and give you a quick update on how it went. We raised more money than we ever have before as a community, and the involvement was great. I mean, it's significantly more money than ever before. Like our team total, the highest team total we'd ever had in the past was $660, and we raised $1,137. Our goal was just $750 as a team total, and we raised $1,136. So that was like so encouraging, and I'm hoping that those that were involved were encouraged. I noticed that every team member that was part of that fundraising period, I did have one team member join like the morning of Extra Life. Not counting that person, everyone else got some donations, which is wonderful because that hasn't always been the case in past years. And I really want those that are involved to be encouraged by the experience so that they'll consider doing either Extra Life with Christian Geek Central in the future, or just do some other kind of fundraising thing on their own. Sometimes having success in those things can be a boost and motivate you to come back and do it again, or do something else like it another time. So anyway, I was very, very happy with how that went. My live stream, my 24-hour live stream, did not go so great. Now, I had a great time. I got to play video games. I figured out some of the problems that I'd had in previous years that resulted in some nausea and really making things difficult and fatiguing. I figured out what my body needs to prepare and what things I need to avoid. So I figured out physiologically how to do Extra Life this year. I think I figured that out. But we had some local outages in our internet with our internet service provider. That, man, I didn't know what the cause was, but I was having major frame rate issues during the live stream that just got worse and worse, caused the stream to disconnect and reconnect, and eventually I just decided, for two reasons. One, because every time it disconnected and reconnected, it would cause my screen that I was playing games on to black out for like 5 seconds at a time, so that kind of totally disrupted gameplay for me, and could cause me to die and stuff like that, and that was happening pretty frequently for a while. I was like, what the heck, and then also when it was on, it was like stuttering so much, like that, so few frames per second that at some points people compared it, they were watching, to a slideshow. I mean, they could hear my audio most of the time okay, but like the frames were just moving really slow, So I decided a little more than halfway through the marathon to just cut the live stream, because at one point near the end, the audio was cutting out too. You know, I was like, you know what? Rather than put something out there that's going to put people off that are just discovering Christian Geek Central for the first time and say, oh, these guys, you know, they got, you know, they do crappy live streams or whatever. You know, rather than do something that was going to put people off or be frustrating even for those that were faithful and really wanting to, you know, to watch and listen, I just decided to cut the live stream and continue recording though the rest of my marathon offline, and then I'm going to edit down, you know, that footage later on, as I always do with all of my live streams, and put it up episodically, you know, as YouTube content. So anyway, you know, it was discouraging in that way, but you know, I was just kind of open. I went into the live stream just kind of with an openness to what God wanted to do, because in past years there's often been just something that kind of is wrong or off or makes things a little stressful for me, and I think as years have passed I've gotten a little bit better at kind of letting go and just being open to what God might want to accomplish through things that seem negative to me. Yeah, it really didn't get me down. And I'm already looking forward to next year and what might come of that and what God might choose to do through that. I was really excited just to see what He did through the event this year. So anyway, that's it. I wish I had more for you on the audio production side of things, but I probably won't have anything big to share until maybe around February. But anyway, stay tuned. I will have some other kind of update at the beginning of December. Till then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.